It's Coach Bob here today, and today we are going to do a little walk around of the Spyder RT. And I know what you're saying. Well, Coach Bob, you've done a walk around. In fact, you've done a 1,000-mile review. You've done a 2,000-mile review. And honestly, I'm getting ready to do a 3,000-mile review. So how in the world can I do another walk around? Well, I'm not going to. I guess technically this will be a roll around. Jerry Kaufman, one of our subscribers, wrote, I'm a V-Star rider. I want to be a CanAm Spyder rider. So far, I've not been able to convince the other half that she wants to as well. Do I have any suggestions? Well, as a matter of fact, I do. And my suggestion is that you get your wife in here, you get her sitting beside you to listen to...
Hello friends, Coach Vic here, and I'm going to tell you how great it is to be Pillion on the back of the CanAm.
Okay, so there you have it. So let's get started. I'm taking this off. This is called a butt buffer. We'll be doing a review on this thing pretty darn soon, I can tell you that. We'll lay it over here on Oxford, the coolest Triumph in America. So Coach Vic, what is the ride like? Just the feeling of the ride. Now, you rode on the back of my Harley with me, and you've ridden motorcycles as a girl. So between the Harley and riding, what do you think ride quality between a three-wheel experience and the two-wheeled experience?
Well, I've also ridden a trike years ago, and through the trike and the two-wheel and me riding as a kid, well, me riding as a kid doesn't really count because that was a different experience. But as an adult and riding, this has been the bomb. It rides smooth, it's comfortable. At first I looked at it, I thought there's no way I'm riding that, but once I got on it, I looked at it, it's become more fun to ride. It's a smooth ride, it's a very safe ride. I feel very, very comfortable on it. My husband's a good driver. I got used to the fast turns, but now I'm cool with it now.
We often do long rides, and when I say long rides, we're talking 2, 3, 4 hours. We've done several of those. So, Coach Vic, you put big miles in there when it was cold, when it was dark, in the daylight, in the morning, in the afternoon. What's it like doing big miles on the back of a CanAm Spyder?
Well, all I can say is I'm very surprised on how comfortable it has been. And riding 2 hours or going 4 hours with some breaks, riding in a car that distance hurts way more than it does on the CanAm. I am surprised on how I do not hurt on the CanAm. My legs don't swell, my legs don't hurt. I might get a little stiff a little bit in the back, but that's just normal, I guess, for riding anywhere, but it's not uncomfortable. But the comfort level is, I give it a 10 because I basically don't hurt at all riding on the CanAm for long hours.
Vic, we get to our destination. I remember when we used to ride long distances, you were on your trike, or even when you were on the back of the Harley, we would get to our destination, and normally, we'll just say, you were often tired, and so was I. Now, I will tell you, when I get places now, I'm not as tired as I once was when I get there. So I'm not grumpy, which means I'm not snapping at Coach Vic when she does something or I do something. I'm not impatient. So Coach Vic, how do you feel when you get off the Spyder after a few hours?
I feel great. I don't really feel tired. I feel great. It's exhilarating. I have a good time on it, and I just don't feel tired. And because I'm not tired, I'm less grumpy when I get off the bike also.
When both people in the couple are less grumpy, it just makes for a better trip.
Yes, it does. Because I don't like his grumpy.
Me? I'm angelic.
Can I say something about drinking my coffee?
Well, yes, Coach Vic. Say something about drinking your coffee.
I like drinking my coffee on the CanAm. I like sitting in the back of my cup of coffee. I'm going to get a cup holder soon, but I can just hold on to it and then hold the cup later. And I even had a snack the other day on it, and it was just fun to have a little snack. And it's just quiet in the back. I can de-stress and just look at the scenery, and it's just very relaxing to me. It just relaxes me and it distresses the day.
Tell you, she could not drink a cup of coffee on the other machines that we rode because she would have spilled hot coffee all over herself. And now that's not happening. So that tells you something about the stability of the ride back here in this position. This is the seat where the Pillion sits.
This
so
is comfortable.
So if you're a wife out there and you're looking at this, you can see that it's nice and curved, padded all the way up to the top.
And this is good support.
Now, Coach Vic, you're a T7, she's a T7 paraplegic. So Coach Vic, point to your spot where you're paralyzed.
Right here.
Okay, so which means that from there down, Coach Vic would, like a weeble, she'll wobble.
Right. So I'm very stable sitting here. And this is good support.
So if you're able-bodied, you're gonna definitely have good lateral support, even without the armrests. I do think the armrests are a wonderful thing.
They will be great when I get them, but I can ride without them.
And we are going to be getting those for Coach Vic. And by the way, CanAm, those things are too expensive. Oh! While sitting back here, Coach Vic, how's your view? Now Coach Vic is 5'2". If she were standing, she's 3'6" in the chair. Oh! Anyway, what is your view like? Because I am significantly taller.
Just peek around your shoulder. I obviously can't see in front of me, so I just peek to the left or peek to the right, which is no problem.
Now you notice we don't have the backrest here. Now the reason we don't have the backrest for the driver, which we thought about getting for Coach Vic to be able to have, we were going to get armrests and we were going to get the backrest, and that would give her support all the way around, and we thought for her paralysis would be a good thing. But what we were concerned with is the metal buckle. As this thing folds down, we were concerned about hurting her bottom side when we transfer her on here and hitting something metal. We might hurt her or injure her while we go for a ride. We don't want to do that.
And I can massage his back while he's driving sometimes when he gets tired.
And I like that. Coach Vic, what do you think about the utilitarian nature of it? Like you like to carry stuff. She likes to carry maybe a little makeup or shoes or, you know, extra clothes. Need a jacket, a heavy jacket, and a light jacket, and a featherlight jacket, and a rain jacket, and a fur jacket. And she needs a scarf, and a pair of gloves, winter gloves, summer gloves, and she needs a pair of mittens, and she needs a headscarf, and a sash, and she needs socks, and she needs hose, and she needs leg warmers,
There's a lot of storage.
That kind of stuff.
There's a lot of storage. There's a lot of storage. There's a lot of storage. They've got one here, and I'll show you how it works. You just pull the lever back here. There's storage there. Very nice.
Now, Vic, Coach Vic, this is the smaller saddlebag of the two.
Side.
So this is the one, and you can see, guys, if you're looking in here, you see this hump in here? That's what makes it smaller. So they're not the same size on both sides. And so this is always the guy's storage side.
That's right. This side, let me Vanna White it, is the bigger side.
This is Coach Vic's side. And you can see that hump is not there. This side will fit a full face helmet, or it will fit a lot of clothes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is Coach Vic's side.
In the back, which is quite funny, I can open it for you, but I really can't see what's in there.
She can't really see in here.
I will tell you what's in here. Oh, a little bit.
Now we've got gloves and
you can hide all kinds of stuff.
Hand sanitizer. We've got a light in here. And you know, the owner's manual, head scarf type thing to keep us warm. Like I said, there's a hand sanitizer because of all the stuff we're going through right now.
And then there's a front.
And now the frunk, okay, they call this. Let me explain something on this. The frunk is a front trunk. Now this, in order to open the trunk, you press down with the key and you turn left. Now it's unlocked. You can do that even if the CanAm is running. You don't have to turn it off. You press down, you turn it to the left. It will open the CanAm even if it's cranked. I used to think you had to turn it off and then open it. You don't have to do that. Scarves, a rain jacket, and this right here is a little multi-tool, and this is a couple of wrenches. I can't remember what size they fit. If your emergency brake gets stuck, you can take that apart. This is our BRP app connection, and that right there is just a an audio input jack for like an iPod or something like that. But this will also hold a full face helmet. We don't use these for our helmets. We do have the trailer also, so we have more than enough space.
Important on a cool feature on this CanAm. The footrests, they're adjustable footrests. I'm 5'2", so I have it at the highest. So if you're taller, it goes down pretty low to get the comfort, your comfort fit.
Right, so what she's saying here is if you take this, if I flip it up, you can see this slot. There's about 3 inches of adjustment there. So you can adjust it based on how long your legs are. With Coach Vic at her height and short inseam, we have it to the highest level. Of course, we don't have the limited, which means I have the foot pegs more like a motorcycle, which I am more than fine with. I am going to get some little highway pegs that mount right in here, which will make long trips maybe a little easier, although it really has not presented a problem at all. It has been very, very easy. The miles that we do, and maybe from the background that I come from, where I was riding motorcycles that were maybe a little less tour friendly. I was riding a Harley that would shake your guts loose. I've ridden sport bikes and all kinds of things. So this is definitely the most plush riding machine I've ever owned, of anything I've ever owned. This thing is a touring beast, and it will eat the miles up. Now, not only is it a touring beast, let's talk a little bit about in town. Coach Vic, we've done little meal runs, and every now and then we'll just gas it up and go for a ride. What's it like in start and stop traffic?
Fun. Start and stop, it starts fine and it stops fine. I don't have a problem with it. I kind of like traffic every now and then because I'm surrounded by people and get to say hi and be silly to people sometimes and wave at them and make them wave back to me. But as far as riding, I think a ride's just fine.
The other thing I will tell you, if you've never ridden a Can-Am, and I've ridden all kinds of cool things, and I've ridden some very cool bikes, that have gotten a lot of attention, but nothing has ever fostered the attention that this thing gets. We get way, way, way more attention than anything we've ever ridden. So Coach Vic, what is it like on the back when we're going around a turn and the centrifugal force is pulling you out? Now with me, I can kind of lean in and fight that. With the Pillion, you're sitting inside this concave backrest. So what does it feel like? How stable do you feel? And how do you negotiate that so that you feel stable, being the motorcycle doesn't lean like a conventional motorcycle?
I feel the lean also, especially when he's gotten more aggressive on the turns. I do feel it. When I'm paying attention, I do lean in. For fun, I do lean in with it too, but if I'm just sitting still, I just hold on. I don't feel like I'm gonna fall out or anything, but I do feel the lean because I used to ride a motorcycle, so I kind of know what it feels like to lean, but I can kind of lean and I do feel it.
Coach Vic, do these handrails here help you?
They're good, I like them.
What about the position of them?
They feel great. I mean, they're good to hold on to. I hold on to them sometimes or not, but when you are turning, I obviously do hold on, so. I mean, either your jacket or on these, but these are helpful. All
right, so another amenity that I have now as a rider, now this won't affect the passenger, is the heated grips. The heated grips work great on this thing. Now on the RT Limited, these are heated as well. Now we don't have the Limited. Now Coach Vic does not, so she does not have heated grips. She can control the music and a few other things in the BRP app from back here. But as far as the heated grips, she does not have them. Together, we've ridden in some pretty cold weather. So Coach Vic, now you're not wearing a real heavy winter glove. How cold do you get on the back? Because we've ridden in some mid to low 30s when we were going over to Bike Week and stuff. It was pretty cold. How did you feel? How cold were you back there? Because you also weren't wearing a real heavy winter jacket. She was actually just wearing a summer jacket with a liner. So what's it like back there in cold weather with the windshield? And you've got the windshield, you've got this to block the wind, this is blowing the wind out. So Coach Vic, what do you think and how did you feel in the cold weather?
As long as I was dressed for it, I felt pretty comfortable. I anticipated it feeling colder when I got dressed for the ride than it actually was. I wouldn't want to go in 20-degree weather. 30s pushing it, but 40, 50, well 50, 60, I'm pretty comfortable. I wouldn't want to travel too much, probably in the 20s and 30s, but I would be dressed for it. So, and my hands have not been cold yet, even without heated grips.
Do you think the fairings and the mirrors do an adequate job of blocking the wind off of you?
I think so. Plus I'm sitting behind you too.
Riders, when I ride, I will tell you that I don't really get cold. I rode this morning. Now it was, I think it was 39 degrees, 38 degrees when I left this morning. The mirrors and everything, the only thing that's ever gotten cold on me is my knees, and they're kind of tucked behind here. They catch a little wind. But if I'm wearing my riding pants that have a pad in the knee, which basically kind of covers that area right there. If I'm wearing those, I don't get cold at all, not at all. And I'm wearing a Joe Rocket Phoenix Ion jacket, which is considered a summer to a fall riding jacket, not considered a winter riding jacket at all. And I prefer summer grips, even in the wintertime. My hands are warmer with a thinner glove, summer glove I meant, because of the heated grips. The heat can actually get through to your hand. I find that when I wear winter gloves, it's not as effective with the heated grips as it is with the summer glove. We have a little storage room in this little glove box. Rubber gloves for when we gas up right now with all the stuff we have going on. And you saw the hand sanitizer in the back, that sort of thing. Coach Vic, do you have anything that you would like to add to another wife or another girlfriend out there that's going to be sitting on the back and is curious about that feeling, or maybe a little afraid, or just says, you know, man, I've been on two wheels for so long, I just don't want to make the switch? Do you have any words of wisdom for them at all?
Well, all I know at this time in my life, I did not want to go back on two wheels. So this has been a blast. I'm glad we bought this CanAm. I thought we were going to buy a trike, but we ended up buying the CanAm. So I really like it, and I love going out on rides, and it's fun just being together, going out on a nice motorcycle ride, whether it's cold or rainy. I prefer the warm, of course, but any weather, it's been a great experience. It's just been a lot of fun.
Okay, Coach Vic, something that you have mentioned here, and I want to talk about the elephant in the room. You hear us both referring to a trike and the CanAm as a three-wheeler. Now, a trike, obviously, to us, it's not to the world of what a trike is, but to us, a trike is two wheels in the back, one wheel in the front. They feel different. They handle different. They are completely different feeling machines. Now, Coach Vic used to own a trike, and she used to ride a trike. So she certainly understands that feeling as a paralyzed woman. So I'm going to ask her now, what do you prefer the feel of? A trike or a CanAm three-wheeler?
Definitely the CanAm. I rode it a month or two ago, quite interestingly, but it was easy to handle. I didn't have any problem learning it, didn't have any problem steering with it. A great overall machine. I just think it's a lot of fun. Easy to handle, and I found it very stable. My husband was telling me he had trouble with the turns at first, so I'm like, huh? Because I rode it and didn't even think there was trouble with the turns. Anyway, it was easy to ride.
So there you have it, my friends, a Pillion perspective. So if you have a wife that's on the fence, grab a cup of coffee. In fact, fix her a cup of coffee, bring her into your office, and say, honey, I have something for you to watch. And she's going to roll her eyes, like that right there. You take her in there, and you say, baby, this is what I'm thinking. And I'm going to tell you, Vic, you notice I didn't call her Coach Vic. So I'm just going to ask her, Vic, are we closer since we got to CanAm?
Oh, yes, we're closer.
We are closer.
We have fun.
Why do you think that is?
Because we're spending time together, having fun.
And let me tell you, the time together on this is different than time together at a movie or time together somewhere else. We're really, really together. And there's something to be said about your wife touching you and about her being on the back of it and you talking. There's no distractions. You're just experiencing something wonderful together. And it has made us a happier couple. And we had a great relationship before. So for it to put more fire and spark in our life, that's a very, very big deal.
Yes, it is. He's got me speechless.
She's not a talker.
No, I'm not a talker.
All right. So, with that said, there are a few things I have to ask you to do. One thing I'm going to ask you to do, and I know it's getting dark out here, one thing I have to ask you to do is subscribe to this channel.
Subscribe. He needs 1,000. Subscribe.
All right.
Subscribe.
Now, I'm not a beggar, okay? And I've never been one to talk about stuff. You know, when we started this whole YouTube adventure, it's funny because I never thought that we would really do very much with it. But we're posting 2 videos a week, one on Wednesday, one on Friday. Hit your subscribe button, hit your notification bell. I'm posting also right now, I'm posting on Mondays for a fitness challenge that I'm doing. So if you're thinking about maybe dropping a few pounds during all of this home time, we'll just call it home time. Try to see all of this as positive. Time with your spouse, time with your children. Try to make it the best it can possibly be. Also know this, we have a lot of footage in the can, so to speak. Here's a little Hollywood talk for you. So we still have some good quality material. We're not going to put a bunch of junk out. We have some good quality material that is ready to be posted. So don't think that we're going out and being knuckleheads. We're not doing that. So we're being careful and we're not out. So we're getting the stay-at-home order as of the making of this video here in the next 5 hours. So we've tried to figure out ways that we can effectively do anything while being safe and not being foolish. One of those ways is we have to go shopping every week. As utilitarian as this is, we can go grocery shopping riding that. We have a trailer now.
The trailer's great.
The trailer is amazing. Check those videos out too for your wives for carrying all kinds of stuff, man. You want to carry some stuff, get a trailer. The other thing that I have to do, I have to drive 120 miles minimum a week, sometimes longer than that, going to my mother's home. She's elderly and I go over there, and so I can take the CanAm to do that. There are multiple ways to get over there. It doesn't add 5 minutes to my trip through all of these country roads, beautiful little farm towns, very rural, desolate areas. So there are things that I can do that are effective, that are safe, that are not breaking even the letter of the law or the spirit of the law. We're going to be very careful. We are not the kind of people that would go out and frivolously say, we have to make a video to get more subs. We're not going to do that kind of nonsense. We're not going to do that. But if you would, subscribe. It really helps us out.
Just press the button. Subscribe.
There you go. All right. So, without further ado, you go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, ride on that thing, have the time of your life. Eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun,
you're doing it wrong.
Now, go seize the day, baby. We'll see you soon.